Krishna, it's really that time of the year to, assess what's happened in the startup ecosystem in the last 12 months. Last week, we got you a roundup of all the funding action for 2016. But today, I'm afraid we have to start the show on a rather negative note, a dismal note, a sad note even, because we are going to tell you about all the startups that shut shop in 2016. Now, it's really no secret that, globally, even in India, hardly 5 to 10% of startups are actually successful. But Krishna, to really give us more data on the startups that shut shop in 2016, we are joined by Neha Singh, the co-founder of Tracxn. Tracxn really collates data related to funding, related to startups. Neha, good to have you on the show, and tell us how 2016 really panned out as far as startups shutting shop is concerned. Some months back we asked you about a debt pool list, but how did this really stack up at the end of 2016 compared to the previous year?
Sure. So we were doing a roundup of, now that most of the year has elapsed, doing a roundup of, how this year turned out to be. So, and we were also comparing with last year. So we realized that the total number of companies that have got debt pooled this year, which has crossed 200. Just as a comparison, last year this number was, in the 170s range. So we've seen a slight increase over this year.
Neha, this is Krishna coming to you from 18 Hours Mumbai studios. 144 shutdowns to 212 is quite a steep increase. Tell us how much of this is a factor of, the overall investment cycle taking a hit this year?
Sure. So one factor which is contributing to it is just the number of companies that got founded have also exponentially increased. For instance, if we just look at the last 3 years, there are nearly 15,000 companies which got founded, and this number on an annualized basis used to be 1,000, 2,000 about 6 years back. So that number is also increased, and so this trend is sort of expected because only about 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 companies typically make it to the next level. I think what has been particularly surprising for people for this year was that a lot of the companies which had raised multiple institutional rounds, for instance like a Series A, Series B, they had got shut down. So people, this was sort of happening, people were seeing it closely for the first time. So I think that is why people, have found it more noticeable this year, than earlier instances. And obviously the overall, funding ecosystem has to is sort of one of the reasons contributing towards it. So people were expecting that by this year end things will become back to normal, or at least the number of late stage investment rounds will bounce back as it was probably 1.5 years back. So that has still been a bit slower than expected.
Neha, break this down for us, specifically in terms of sectors. Were some sectors more susceptible to shutdowns, to failure compared to others? Take us through that trend.
Sure. So particularly they have been in sort of more capital intensive sectors, and needless to say it also reflects of the pattern of the key sectors in which the companies got founded. So e-commerce stands at the top, followed by food tech and grocery and to some extent education tech. But typically the more capital intensive or sort of wherein it required more customer acquisition cost, and building a lifetime value after some time. These are probably some of the sectors which stand out.
Also, Neha, I wanted to check with you, any specific criteria that you applied while putting this list together?
So one criteria is companies which have announced, that they are closing operations, those across various levels of earlier funding. So this includes a lot of the startups which got only say, one angel round of funding, and a smaller set which also included which got institutional funding. So the number of ones that got institutional funding is probably lesser, but they are more prominent. But there are a lot of other startups which started and raised like small angel and then shut down. And also this includes some of the companies which got founded in the last couple of years. So yeah, these were the broad things.
Neha, you've given us a roundup of 2016, but what trends do you foresee as far as 2017 is concerned? Do you expect this number to come down for things to perhaps settle down a little as far as 2017 is concerned?
Sure. So, like going into the next year, we expect that it may not increase noticeably. It may be around the same, or may marginally decrease. I think one thing which has fundamentally contributed in a more positive manner to the overall ecosystem is, like, till 2 years back, people used to talk about GMV, and then last year was all about unit economics. But I think going forward, people are now talking about sustainable growth much more. So even as a founder, like 1 year back, there was a lot of pressure for you to be sort of a number one or number two in whichever segment that you choose, because only then you can get funded. So that myth has been sort of busted, and now people are now even the investors and sort of board members talk about building sort of sustainable models from day one. So I think it's sort of more healthy for the overall ecosystem that people are starting to focus on sort of long-term sustainable growth from day one.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.